Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me, and I can't choose what I want to say.
Hey, folks. Shake those tits. You know, my mom used to do that dance at parties, and I'd go, Jesus Christ, sister. She's got a huge old lady D's with the freckle and the problems there. Big mistake as a kid seeing that.
Old Lady D's. That sounds like a nice breakfast nook.
Old Lady D's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going down to Old Lady D's to get a couple pancakes and a hot dog or
Well,
whatever.
don't get the chicken breasts because they're old and they are sour.
Woo! Big cans.
Yeah, they're fun. Does breast milk go sour?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think like 10 minutes after it's out of the tit. It's got to go straight from tit to mouth, I think.
Is that right?
No, they put it in the fridge.
Yeah, you see, fridge.
Yeah, I think they put it in the fridge. But it's got to... I drank some on You Know What Dude podcast.
What?
From,
Bobby Kelly's? all right. Sorry, Bobo. Big fan, 4th of July. Killed it.
Woo! No, what's his toes? Luis Gomez has a wife, and then Beatrice.
She's a fun lady.
We did a thing. We all passed it around, and it was kind of hot in a weird way.
Well, it's funny because she's a pretty lady.
Sure.
And the breast milk probably is more enticing if it's from a hot lady.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't want, breast milk from Roseanne Barr.
Oh, you might get crazy. An Ambien.
Did you see the meme of Lewis and Dave Smith talking with the 3 thought bubbles?
No. Oh, I saw. I didn't read it, though. I went through.
It's like one of the best jokes ever. It's classic.
Oh, really?
Lewis said, I forget the title, but it's Lewis. I hope it happened in real life and they just made a meme out of it. But he says, they used to call me the Joe Rogan of MMA podcasts. And then Dave says, you used to call yourself that. And then Lewis says, yeah, but that's my pronoun, so how about a little respect?
Oh.
They used to call me.
That's a great joke.
And he says, no, you did that. And he goes, yeah, that's my pronoun.
That's great.
I'm like, that's as good a joke as I've heard in 20 years.
Good for him.
Boy, Lewis is a funny guy.
And in writing,
Yeah.
that's even better that it still worked.
Oh, it's less scary.
That's true.
He is a frightening man when he's talking to you.
It's funny. I just got a text from him today, and you always get that Lewis text. You're like, uh-oh. Is he outside? Is he going to fight me? What's going on? But he's in Costa Rica.
And you were in Costa Rica.
I was just there. A lot to unpack.
Yeah, we'll get there. I got a lot, too. A lot of international travel. You're international. I'm international.
Where were you?
I was in Canada.
Less fun.
It's O.
Yes.
Not O.
Oi. No
Canada.
way. Don't they say
Hey.
Hey. Cup.
That was more Italian. Hey.
And they go, oh. Hey. Oh. Ooh.
That's
Italians
true.
love vowels.
Boy, they're fun. The Italians.
Sexy people. Swarthy, tan, abusive.
Yeah, all good, all positives in my mind. Chuck,
Wait.
you Italian?
Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese.
Oh, whoa! Did you see that?
Uh-oh, what happened?
That was horrible.
What do you got on
don't
your
make
arm
a
there?
GIF out
Is
of
that
that.
a bug?
No, it came out of my mouth. I think it's a blueberry skin.
Oh, Lord
I
of
brushed
angle.
and flossed. It might be spinach.
Looks like a blueberry to me.
Smoothie, yeah, bloob. Oh, sorry, everybody.
Jesus.
We'll cut that.
It's funny is I was drinking the other day and I just drooled. You ever have that? You just drink and you're like,
Oh, I drool 10, 15 times a day.
Yeah, O'Doyle drools. But and I saw a girl catch me at a restaurant. She was like, is he off? Is he a spaz? What's going on there?
Dude, I hit 40. I mean, you better watch out, buddy. You're next.
Oh, no.
I hit 40, and everyone says when you hit 40, your body's this
Right.
and that, and 40. Wait till you hit 40. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see. I run. I got an ingrown toenail. It looks like somebody sat on it. Like, it looks like I stuck it up Chuck's ass. It's all brown and purple.
Really?
And then I got a knee thing. I was doing a stand-up paddleboard, and it was so windy that I went on my knees like I was sucking a cock. And now I got some kind of fluid in there.
You got a Kaepernick.
And then my asshole, just rash. It's braille in there. It's horrible. I peeked in the mirror. I threw up.
Wait, your asshole is braille?
It's red and bumpy. This thing. It's just it's horrible. And maybe I mentioned this before. I think I tweeted it. When you have an irritated asshole, you're smearing shit across it.
That's true.
Like imagine you had road rash on your arm from a bike accident.
Yeah.
And then every day you just took shit and just rubbed it in there.
And your butt cheeks keep it in.
Yes, they keep and they squish around.
Yes.
What do you call that? Swish?
Squish.
I don't know.
Rubbing.
Friction.
Friction. Yes. Shit friction.
Stranger than friction.
Yes, it's bad news bears, and then it's in my taint. I'm all itchy. I got a sore knee, and my father's gay.
Well, I think the moral of the story here is we both got to sack up, suck it up, and get the bidet.
We got to get the bidet. Yeah.
Every Tom, Dick, and Anal has a bidet. I get homeless people have bidets. We gotta just nut up and do it.
Yeah, bidets with stories, but
yes, I'm having a pretty bidet myself. Bad day? It was a stretch.
yeah, it wasn't great. But you're back. You just got back yesterday, today.
I'm foggy, yeah. I've just been, when you're out in the mountains, just absorbing life, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, having sex, sunlight, queef, sand, the beach, snorkel. Your brain goes.
Yeah.
You get down to that, I call it geographical Xanax, where you're just like, I got not a care in the world.
Yes.
And now I got to get back up to old anxiety town.
Yeah. Now are you working? You got some sets because you must be itching for.
I'm itching,
bitching.
baby. I'm itching like your asshole. And I got sets tonight. I got pods today. So I just like to throw myself back. In the first 12 minutes, it's a bumper car ride, but then you adjust.
Yeah, I find you need the day after the vacation. You got a vacation, come back and have one more day with very minimal things to do.
Yeah, I couldn't hack it, but crazy travel day. Coming back, you go, oh, this is why no one travels. This is hell.
Exactly.
I don't want to jump the gun here, but left at 8 a.m., got home at midnight.
Oof.
I know, and you just can't even think about it. You just got to go through it. Don't go, oh, God, there's 12 hours left. There's 9 hours. You just got to head down and queef.
You really got to remind yourself that it's worth it. It was worth the thing, but life happens in the moment. So once you've left the vacation and you're in the line at customs, you're not getting the vacation vibe anymore.
Exactly, and don't you find that people say, live in the moment, but it's so hard to live in the moment when it's good. Because you're in it. You don't even realize it's a moment. But when the moment sucks, it's so, like when you're planking, you're like, I am in this moment, baby. This sucks. Right. And that's when you need to get out of the moment. But when you're living, I didn't even realize I was in the moment.
Right. I think when you're really in the moment, you're not assessing whether it sucks or is great. You're just in it.
That's exactly right. And then it's over, though.
But then afterwards, that's because it always happens where you're like, wow, I was really happy then. I didn't even realize.
That's true, yeah.
It's a funky monkey. But I just had a thing last night where I had been... I took July off from the road. I went to Montana for a week, and I went to Maine for a week, and I was doing sets around town. And that full video coming, by the way. Ooh. Jackson, he's on it. He's a great editor. He sent it. It's one of those things where you have this, where he pulled a Chuck. He's got the footage for months and months and months and months.
I was about to make a joke, and I held back.
Chuck's hungover, so he's not even smiling at this one.
And he's a day older. Happy birthday, C-Man.
Happy birthday, Chucky! Ho, ho, ho. Big 4-0?
Ground Chuck.
38.
38.
Wow.
Good year.
Wow, that's surprising.
You thought he was 50?
You thought he was older?
You're younger than Mark.
Well, we're the same age, basically.
I'm about to
all
turn
the same
39.
age, basically.
Are you?
I mean,
Damn.
Well, tell that to Epstein.
yeah. So well, you're the youngest one here.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah, young buck.
Well, you feel like an old soul,
Yes.
Especially today. You feel like 100-year-old soul today.
There we go.
I'm having a lot of. I don't know.
If you gotta go shit and puke, we can hold down.
No,
the
I'm all
fort
right.
here.
I'm all right.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Pushing through. I mean, I've been hungover on this many times.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
Oh,
I've never
I'm
been hungover on this. Fun
What?
fact.
Even at the beginning?
We started after sobriety.
Wow.
But any jizz, so my boy Jackson, he's editing the thing. But so what happens is I keep going, Jackson, where's this video here? It's been 6 months. The folks are clamoring. Then
Yes.
finally he sends it. He goes, well, I need notes because it's an hour long. He sends it to me, and I'm like, I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah.
So
that's
now I'm the
brutal.
guy with the thing going, I'll get to that when I get to it.
I completely agree, but that is his gig. It's your gig to listen to sets, write jokes, get up. So It is a lot. I don't want to listen to anything. I've never listened to one Tuesdays. I think I've done a half hour, and I slipped my wrist, and I moved on.
I listened to literally one, and it was the one with Scotland Green with the Russian red balls, and it's the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Well, Scotland's a funny guy.
Go find that episode. Is it on the Patreon? Where are the guest ones? I have no idea.
Episode 9, maybe? That's old.
It was years ago, but man, we were crying laughing.
Those were the days. Not a worry in the world.
Scotland Green. Yeah, we probably can't even put it out now. We probably said the N-word 7 times or whatever. I don't know.
Sure,
I'll cut him. I'll snip him.
I'll snip them.
All right, you snip them out. Get rid of the blacks.
Snip like a doctor on birthday or whatever. Who snips? Is that a doctor?
Vasectomy.
Yeah. Who does that?
Doctor.
Mobile?
Rabbi?
Mobile.
Isn't it called?
That's gas.
No. Isn't it called
colostomy.
a moil?
A moil. Yes.
That's right.
Billy Moyle.
I had a moil lanced.
I
A moil rules.
think a Moyle lanced mañana.
Woo. You know, you could name a Jew Lance or a moil. You name a moil Lance because he's kind of lancing.
Lance
Michigan.
Weiss. He's got to be Jew, right?
No. He's a big goy. All right.
Goy. Well,
I had something with the breast milk and I lost it. Shit my ass. Fuck my dad. I can't think of it. Well.
breast milk.
My mom had huge jugs.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it back. Let me throw this at you there, fat man.
Sure. Right in my ass.
It's a little bumpy.
It's not good.
Wouldn't it be weird? Like a lot of women are, men are groping or ogling. Is it ogling or ogling?
Oogling.
I don't think it's oog.
No, that's Google.
I go
Give it a
Ogling?
oog.
I say ogling.
I think it's ogling too, but I heard ogling once, and I go, shit, am I off?
jeez, yeah. I don't know.
Oogling. That's a sunglass, I think.
give it an oog. But so I was, women, they get ogled, their tits are out, whatever. We all like tits. Men have dreams about tits. I look at Instagram. I go to my For You page. It's tits, Seinfeld, and tits.
Yes, me too. I throw baseball, but a lot of tits.
Yeah, I got some ass.
Maybe an ass, if
Maybe
they're
a-
lucky.
Maybe a camel toe or a little boy. But what if men thought about tits the way women think about balls? This would be a whole different society. Women be covering them up. You'd never see them. If one slipped out, you go, ah!
Right.
Like, it's a toss-up. You have to think of your lady. What would you rather? Would you rather the ogle, the worship, the praise, or would you rather have no ogle and people be disgusted by these chesticles?
Yes, interesting. Well, maybe you're not asking for the reasons, but the ball bag is very wrinkly. Tits
Of
are very
course,
smooth.
of
Nipples, nice. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because my balls, I don't want anyone to see. They're very red, very
Same.
itchy. Yeah,
Same.
it's
Gross.
not good.
A couple of wiggly pubes going rogue.
I got worms. You know me. I got the
got the worms.
varicosely, however you say it.
Varicose?
Yeah, but there's a term for when you have it in your balls. It's spelled varicocally,
Oh, okay.
varicosely. Somebody corrected me once.
Sounds
it's like
like
the triangle.
Italian villa. Where you going this year? Varicocally.
Hey, varicocally, worms in my ball bags.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'd rather have the beautiful. It sucks to get peered at, sniffed, but when it comes time to reveal them, that's got to be fun.
Of course. And then you get the bra and you get the side boob. There's a lot of options with tits. You get the up cleavage, you get the bottom cleavage, you get the side,
Yeah.
and they feed you.
And I love a sit on the face and look up at the tits from the under. That's my
nothing
number
better.
one.
Nothing better.
I want, and I think we talked about this years ago, I want like a strap-on dildo thing, but you wear it around your face. Where it's like out your mouth, and then she fucks, and then her like clit is just snacking on her nose, but I got a conservative dame,
Sure.
She doesn't want to see me with a dick on my face.
I do. That's all I want to see. But wait a minute.
Well, it's Chuck's birthday.
Yeah.
Chuck, throw your dick in my face.
Like a clown. Wait a minute. I'm sure that exists, the mouth dick.
Oh, it exists.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't have the wife that's like, all right, strap the dick. Because first of all, comedians, we're too cynical, we're too silly. She'd be laughing her ass off.
Of course.
You need one of these women with tattoos and the side of the head shaved. You know what I mean? You need a woman that looks like Chuck if he was clean shaven.
Right.
A couple earrings, a couple tattoos.
Sure.
Because I see those women around and I think, man, I could have done all right with one of those.
Yeah, they're out there and they're bold and adventurous.
Yeah, they got scars up their arms. They got like a pirate ship on a tit.
Yes.
That's who I want. The bullhorn, the thing through the nose.
Oh, yeah, the septum.
Yeah, you've been with a couple of those.
Yeah, my lady's got a septum. She would love See, that's the difference between men and women. If a woman's like, hey, do this to me, try this, I'd be like, okay. But your lady's like, I can't sit on your face.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thrown this one out there, but I just don't see her as doing it. And it's hard because I talk about this a lot. After the orgasm, now I got to unstrap. Now I just have a dick sticking out of my face. And I got to unstrap it. It's so silly. That's the problem. That's where sobriety affects you. In sex, when you're drinking, you're like, just take a shit in my mouth. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
But when you're sober, you're like, this is weird.
It is. But you got to get through the hump. It's kind of like acting. You're a good actor.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you have that moment when you're acting and you're going, okay, I'm crying, or my dad's dead, I'm hard, whatever. And you have to go, everybody's watching me, but fuck it, just keep going. Just own it, commit. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's very hard.
But with sex, I can do it.
It's very hard because you feel so silly.
You feel silly. My gal likes being insulted in bed, and I can't do it well because I do it, but I hate it because she asked me to do it. So then you're like, you just asked me, now I'm saying it. It's so forced and stupid, but...
You got to pretend she's not there, because when our wives aren't around, we're trashing them. You know what I mean? Not
point.
you and I. I'm just saying men in general, but also we are men.
Sure, barely. Yeah, but I hear you. That's a good point. Pretend she's not there, but then I'm just, what am I fucking? Now there's nothing here.
Well, you got to look the other way and be like, yeah, the other day, this piece of shit, she knocked at my door while I was, masturbating. Whatever.
Right. Maybe here's what I'll do. I'll get doggy style. I'll put a photo of you up in the corner, real small. She won't notice it, and then I'll start talking to you about her.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
This could be a bit.
I like it.
It's decent.
Okay, well, this will definitely hurt my erection, though.
So what I started saying about 75 minutes ago.
Sorry.
No, that was a good digress. But so last night, I haven't been doing set. I did Toronto. I'll get into that. I had 2 shows, but I hadn't done a set for a week before that because I was in Maine. And I had this other shit going on.
Yeah.
And so I did 2 shows. Then I had the next 3 nights off. And you know what it is? The outlet. You need the outlet.
Oh, like in an airport?
Holes, Jerry.
Uh-huh.
You need the outlet, the creative outlet to write and try and do stuff. You think in your mind, and you do need time off too, I really believe. But I took like a month off from really working. I was doing some sets here and there, but I got the podcast, the movie promotion, the bullshit.
Yep.
Yesterday, I had minimal stuff to do during the day and 4 sets at night. You know, when you have that 4, you're like, I got to make something of this.
Yes, you got to use it.
Yes, I got to use it. So I wrote all day. Not by
Good
all
for
day,
you.
I mean, a couple hours.
That's
Bounced
pretty
some
good.
bits with Chavon, with Rogers, BD Rogers. And then I had the 4 sets, and I really worked it, and it felt so good. And I was like, I've been missing this, that
Productive.
creative outlet.
Yes.
Because these podcasts and the promotion, it's fun, but it's not quite an outlet.
No outlet. It's just work, it's promotion, it's press. You go on a press tour, and press is exhausting. But you don't really, maybe you get a joke in here and there, but it isn't fulfilling.
Right.
Creatively.
Right. It's not as fulfilling. I mean, this is fun. The best part of the podcast now, our podcast, is we get to hang.
You got that right.
It's a nice hang.
Yeah, it's nice. And
I wouldn't even see you.
I know it's sad that we're so busy. It's a bittersweet jizz. But we have to make, at least we're monetizing our hang, but it is strange.
It's very strange. But we got a little bit before we talked for a few minutes.
That's the highlight to me of the pod, is that 18 minutes of us chit-chatting, jibber-jabbing, chopping it up, queefing it up, and then we go on the mic, because it's a different thing.
It's a different thing. It's a different shit. But because I got to tell you another big nugget off the air.
Big nugget. Denver.
Huge nug. I mean, this is like, what? You're going to go like this. What?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pumped. See, this is why you got to get on the Patreon, folks. I feel like the Patreon is a window into our normalcy. Not normal. We're not normal. There's no chance of that. There's herpes and jizz. But, you get a little more window into the real life.
Boy, is the Patreon jizzing. We got a live app coming up, too.
Oh,
By the way, we might have Ari.
Oh, great.
Is that good? You like Ari still?
I love Ari.
Yeah, because he said, he's such a pretentious asshole sometimes. I'm like, come to Royersford, road trip. It's going to be fun. He's like, well, I have a thing. I'm not leaving the city during the summer. And I'm like,
you were just in Paris, you Jew.
You're in Paris for 2 weeks. Also, I'm like, we're not leaving the city.
Yes.
We're driving to Royersford, doing jokes and coming back. We're not fucking moving to Royersford to write a novel, you fucking douche.
Joining the Mennonites, you heap. Come on. Although we might see some on the way.
Leave the city.
Yeah,
What is that? We'll be in a car. We live in the city. We'll be in a car. It'll be like we're in a city in the car.
Yeah. Don't go to the pier. You might fall over and leave the city. Get out of here with the city.
Can we go to Jersey Shore, or are you going to
know.
melt like fucking Burt Lancaster in Field of Dreams?
Don't fall asleep on the LIRR. You might land in Levittown and have to kill yourself.
Hey there, folks. Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Oh, yeah.
You have to take care of your mind. It's we spend so much time taking care of our skin, our hair, our teeth. I don't do any of that. And so little care of the most important body part, the brain. The health of your brain affects how you experience life. It's the only thing. I mean, there's nothing else to affect your life. Investing time and energy in mental health is crucial to being happy. Eating right, working out, and getting plenty of sleep are a great start, but there is no substitute for talk therapy. BetterHelp makes online therapy accessible, convenient, and affordable. We love therapy. Everyone in this room is in therapy. Chuck might have to go twice a week. We love therapy. You're going to therapy, right? The other day, you just left for therapy. I had to kick you out the other day because I had therapy. And, of course, Mark, well, you took a break. And
I got to get back.
It shows, folks. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and chat therapy sessions. You can choose to not see anyone on camera, because some of these people are ghouls. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Tuesdays listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Tuesdays. That's betterhelp.com/Tuesdays.
Hey, folks. Tuesday's Story is brought to you by Policy Genius. Anyone who relies on you financially, a child, a parent, or a business partner, will have a financial cushion if something were to happen to you, God willing. Life insurance typically gets more expensive as you age, so it's smart to get a policy sooner rather than later. Policy Genius is an insurance company website that makes it easy to compare quotes from top companies like AIG and Prudential to find your lowest price. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. Take that, Gecko. Just click the link in our description or head to policygenius.com/Tuesdays to get a personalized quote in minutes and find your right policy for your needs. Licensed agents at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance companies. They're on hand through the entire process to help you understand your options so you can make decisions with confidence. Since 2014, Policy Genius has helped over 30 million people shop for insurance and placed over $150 billion in coverage. Head to policygenius.com/Tuesdays to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save today.
Speaking of killing yourself, Chuck looks like death.
It's weekend
Death,
at Staten's over here.
You got to paint the eyeballs on your eyelids.
Yeah, you look like Stevie
It's
Wonder
horrendous.
over here.
Dealing with
Stevie
an
Wonder.
existential crisis right now.
I mean, you
I
look
get it.
just
I am.
you look like Travis Bickle right before when he
it's
kicks the TV over.
Such a swirl of shit right now.
I
It's
get it.
Yeah.
Shit swirl.
This is the problem with hangovers. It's the anxiety. It's the mental. Like, I can deal with queasy. I can deal with, like, tired and run down.
Yeah.
It's the mental that fucks you.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm trying to, I have to be careful on the podcast now. I'm watching every word I say.
Right.
You've already hit your allotment.
Yeah.
There
you go.
Moving on.
Well, you can't listen to 3,000 people. You got to remember the other.
I really think social media is fucking up the world and the country because I think about it like this. I had this dumb shower thought while I was, fingering my pussy. But
That was your armpit.
come again?
I said that was your armpit.
Oh, yeah. Well, needs a shave. But there's a wart there, which is like a clit. All right.
40.
But imagine a coach, okay? And then a coach had 8 trillion people going, you should do this, you should do this, you should do
Uh-huh.
this. You'd have a horrible team.
Yes.
And it feels like
Oh,
that's where we're at with the country. It's like, everybody's piping in, and we listen to some people, and we read some of it and absorb some of it. But that person's a tard who shouldn't be coaching the WNBA Seattle Storm.
Tarred and feather. Well, that's a title.
You just
That's
beat
a-
O'Doyle Drools.
That's a
You beat it.
perfect. That's a perfect analogy because that's why the coaches, they hate the media. Because what happens is the coach is an expert on football or basketball or baseball, whatever, and he's got to go to a press conference. They make it, necessary. Same with us with social media. And then you got a guy who looks like me and went to Harvard and goes, pardon me, coach, how come you didn't hit and run there in the 7th? And he's going, I've played baseball my whole life, you piece of shit. You fucking nerd. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you, you fuck.
Exactly.
And then the guy goes and writes, well, I'll tell you what he should have done is little scoopity boopity boppity boo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why, but sometimes those writers, they're dead on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's true. Sometimes a tweet is dead on, but you got to sift through 9 zillion of these cum stains out there who got a bone to pick, and and it's too much.
I think you don't look. You got to not look.
I'll tell you some funny stuff off the air about it.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, jeez. Did you get someone suck you off?
Yeah, but that's not part of it.
Jen,
By the way,
good for you, Jen.
speaking of, I shouldn't segue from sucking off to this, but last night I was at the stand. 2 of the most attractive, when you're on
The
stage.
stand pulls in some numbers.
When you're on stage and there's beautiful women everywhere, but then there's like 2 over here that I'm like, wow, geez, those are standouts.
Aha.
Yeah, you have a good set, whatever. I'm standing upstairs talking to, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then these 2 ladies, and I remember seeing those ladies. Wow, they're beautiful. Then they sit at the bar, and you go, oh, well, they're at the bar. That's interesting.
Sure. You keep tabs on a hottie, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you got to know where everyone's at. Your wife might die. You never know.
Let's hope. Keep it rolling there, Fatty. Come on, you were moving.
So I'm sitting there, and then the 2, I sense movement like a Jurassic Park. I'm talking, I see movement, and these 2 smoke shows, steamboats, clinkers.
I like Steamboat. That's a new one. That's a keeper. Hold on to that. Steamboat Willie.
They come over, they come by, and they stop, and they go. I guess they're just kind of like.
Millie?
Well, the Millies, Nantucket, they come by and go, whoa, hey, whoa, Nelly. They go, hey, it was great set. You're very funny. And, I could feel my legs start to shake because I haven't talked to a woman since, Bush was still in office.
Right, and the Parkinson's.
So my leg is shaking. I go, oh, thanks. Well, it's hard work. And they go, well, it's we've never been here. We go to the cellar a lot. And I said, well, the stand is a little more hip. It feels like a what do you call it? A scene.
Sure, very scene. It's almost nightclubby over there.
And I say, it feels like you come here to meet people. And then they go, oh, yeah, maybe that's what we should be doing, meeting people.
Wait a minute. Are we full on flirting here, Fatty?
Well, I don't know anything about anything.
Okay.
But I'm a retarded person, so then I just start putting my head down. I'm like this. Well, so anyways, I don't know. And then this lady, there's 2, both equally attractive, and this one goes, by the way, I'm a huge Twos guy.
Oh! And I went, all right. I gotta get out of here.
I mean,
are you trying to hurt me? Are you trying?
My rash got worse because just diarrhea shot everywhere.
Oh!
And then there was, what's his name? Damien. You know Damien?
Lemon?
No, he's got a bald head. He's a massive guy. He's a fireman in Connecticut, I think.
Oh, I do know that guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah. Very nice guy.
Big guy. He's a fun guy because he's one of those guys you're scared of. You're like, keep that guy away from me. But
he's swole. That guy. He's beefy. Looks a little Cro-Magnon.
I thought it was swell.
Swell is good. He's a swell guy.
Swole. Is it
Swole. Swollen.
Swole?
That's where it comes from.
Swole?
It's like jacked.
Ah.
Yeah,
I thought it was swell. I'm swell.
Swell is
No,
good.
Swell's like I'm having a swell day.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Swole.
I have a point.
Swole. All right. Well, he's swole and he's swell.
Yeah, he's a swell.
So anyways, he's sitting there and he's like, geez, that was crazy. And then he was like, boy, I was really into the one on the left. And I was like, I like the one on the right better.
Oh,
And then you're like, in this alternate universe where me and this big bouncer MMA firefighter are taking home two dames.
Wow, wouldn't it be nice if life was that easy? You could just have that cake and fuck it too.
Yeah, well, who knows? They're probably not particularly interested in either one of us. He's 68 and got bad knees, and I got bad knee, bad asshole, and, horrible teeth and a forehead and herpes.
Well, they approached you, just saying.
Well, they approached knowing I'm a married asshole.
Oh, a Goican dream. That's all I'm saying. And then when you go home, you fuck your wife and you picture them.
Absolutely.
That seems to be the pattern.
But anyways, hot Tuesday out there.
Unbelievable. We saw, this might have been 2 weeks ago, who knows, but you know, when a lovely lady walks down the stairs, and you know, New York, they get all dolled up, the heels, the tight jeans, the whatever necklace, the hair is did, and they come down, and you take note. You try not to ogle, and you take note. And then one gal came down, and she was like, "Hey, big fan." You go, "I don't believe you, but all right, thank you." And then she goes, "Two's gay," and I was like, "Get the fuck." Wait a minute, I just realized they might hear this.
Well, they're gonna hear it.
That didn't hit me till now. But
Well, we didn't say their names or what they look like.
Okay,
Or
but
even the day.
It's a little intrusive. I thought we were talking about a couple of clams over here, and then I realized they're going to be listening to this and maybe flicking the bean.
Well, maybe, but I mean, we're not giving any identity out whatsoever.
No.
There's hundreds of female gays. Only 6 of them are attractive, but still.
Yeah, I'd say 5. But you remember you said you had that one smoke show lady, Steamboat, and then I saw her. She looked like Neil deGrasse Tyson, so that was a letdown. But that other gal. The one I just talked about, you were like, "There's a gay in there. She's smoking hot,"
yes.
and we bonded on the same gal.
Yeah, and she was like a new generation of gay.
Oh,
she was like 20.
21, 22. I think Dane Cook married her.
Yeah. What? That is insane.
Yeah, that was a bad post.
I did the math last night. I mean, hey, to each his own. I mean, I'm a huge Dane Cook fan, a nice guy.
Great guy.
But just in general, that age difference, when his wife to be is my wife's age, he'll be 71.
Wow.
Isn't it crazy to think about Sarah coming home from her spots, and I'm like, oh, what was you said?
Yeah, that's wild.
Crazy?
Yeah.
71.
71.
Can you imagine?
Carlin died at 72.
It's wild. I mean, he's going to be on borrowed time when she's in her mid-40s.
Well, maybe she's aware of that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
She'll have a nice paycheck. What is this? Vicious circle over here. That's not too bad.
But that's in ideal, but people are living longer. He's got money. He
that's true.
He might be 90. In her mind, she's like, "Well, he'll die. I'll get the money." And they're probably in love with each other. I don't want to poo-poo. But wait, really, she's going to be cleaning out assholes for 20 years.
Yeah.
In her prime.
Let's hope it's better than yours. But yeah, she's it's an odd thing. But now let me ask you this there, gang. If it was reversed, if this was Kathleen Madigan dating a 23-year-old and getting married, would there be as much buzz?
It wouldn't be bad. It would be like, good for you. It'd be like, you go, girl.
There'd be a lot of you go, girl.
Yes.
No, I thought it was all about equal and we're the same.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins, I think that's like 14 years.
That's nothing.
That's something.
All right.
I
14.
guess it's not much. 14's a chunk.
All right.
It's not 23, but it's 66% is crazy.
66%.
Well, I think 22 years. How old? Much? 27-year difference?
Oh,
well, I
boy.
did my math wrong.
My dyscalculus kicking in and
Yeah.
I'm blacking out slowly.
Tuesdays with Stories is also brought to you by ExpressVPN. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like having a first aid kit but not keeping it stocked up.
Here, here.
You got to have Band-Aids. Most of the time, you'll probably be fine. But what if you suddenly get into a horrible accident and then there's nothing in your first aid kit to stop the bleeding? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, cafes, hotels, airports, any hacker on the network can gain access to your personal data. Any known hacker. Hackers can make up $1,000 selling your info on the dark web. Ooh. ExpressVPN creates an encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. It's super secure and easy to use. Tap on the app and click one button to stay secure online. ExpressVPN works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more. This helps you stay secure on the go. I use ExpressVPN on my iPhone whenever I'm at a hotel or airport. I don't want them knowing what I know. I love ExpressVPN because it gives me peace of mind knowing my data is secure. Secure your online data today. Visit expressvpn.com/Tuesdays. That's expressvpn.com/Tuesdays to get an extra 3 months for free. expressvpn.com/Tuesdays. Now, back to the laughs.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of calculus,
Aha.
where? Yeah, look at this.
Oh,
we're halfway
geez,
through.
we're flying here.
I got stories.
Yeah.
You got stories. I got stories.
I mean, Costa Rica was eventful, but it was nothing catastrophic. Nothing happened that was like, holy shit, I got to talk about this, but it was fucking great. Everything was perfect. We went snorkeling. We went on a boat to another island. Then you sit on the island all day, you drink, and these Hispanic guys blow you and stuff. And then, we went on a hike. We saw peacocks. I saw a deer. He touched my leg. And just a great time. We had the best house, and the whole thing was paid for with comedy.
Wow, that's fun.
Some chooch out there, this guy Keith, nice guy. He goes, he's a rich guy. He goes, hey, I'm a fan. And this is why I got this guy, Eric Mann. This guy hit me up months ago, or maybe years ago, and he said, hey, I like your stuff. I think you could be doing more. And I go, whatever, come on over. And we shot a bunch of shit, and it did well. And then we just stayed in touch. Now we have a Patreon together. That's why you got to stay open-minded. Because as comics, we're very quick to go, who's this weirdo? Fuck you. We poo-poo.
I poo-poo. I'm closed. I poo.
Poo-poo
I don't wipe properly.
There
I get
you
a
go.
rash. Yeah.
So I try to stay open. Look, sometimes it's fucked me. Sometimes I'm in a car with a guy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This guy's, trying to suck my ass. And whatever, that happens. But this guy put this whole trip together. He goes, don't worry about it. I got it. He planned it. He bought the flights. He bought the hotel. He got everything done. Show, we get to San Jose. Not a great town. But there's this one
That's Costa Rica.
Yeah. That's where the airport is. There's one rich area. We did the show there at this place called the Tap House, and it sold out. Wow. There's not a lot of comedy going on. We had 3 local guys open. They were funny. They were cool. They're doing a language barrier. What do you call that?
Second language?
Second language. And they went up, and the crowd was loving it. It was fun because it was international, so they applaud.
Oh.
They go, whoa. I opened with a dick joke, and it's kind of clever. And they were like, wow. And it was fascinating. I'm like, that's a dick joke. Like, that's just my opener. I get on, get out of the way to get a laugh. And they clapped. The lady did a set. She had a good set. And they're just like, wow. And it felt good to be appreciated. And half these people didn't know who I was. And the mic cut out. It was outdoors, but it just worked.
And how many people are we talking? 60, 100, 1,000?
It sold out. I think it was like 80 or so, but it was spread out in a big bar with open. Everything's open there because the weather's so good.
Right.
So we sat on a placard. What do you call that? A riser?
Stage.
There you go. And did a set, and it was hard, because there's stuff where you're like, oh, they didn't get that. That went over their head. They don't have Uber Eats. They don't have this. What the hell was that? I'm an idiot. And you realize how American you are.
Right.
I got Fox News jokes and whatever, and they're like, I don't know. So I get off stage, and then my friend Eric goes, what are you doing? You got to get back on. And I go, I did 50 minutes, and he goes, they want a Q&A. And I go, oh my God. So, when you get that over with, I'm in the kitchen sweating going, all right, it's done.
Right.
But then you got to go back up, and you're like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. So you go back on, and you go, you guys have any suggestions? And then people are like, whatever, plantains. And you're like, I don't know anything. I don't care about plantains. But you say something like, is that a plantain in my pocket, or are you happy to see me? Whatever the fuck, you just try to push through. And we had a great time, and the guy couldn't have been happier, nothing better. And we did the show the first night, got it over with, and then we got the cash and just drove to the jungle.
Now, let me ask you this, because I know Sarah went years ago, took surf lessons, the whole thing.
Wow.
There's one coast that's bad and one coast that's good.
Like North Korea, South Korea.
There's like the Pacific coast, and then there's like is that still the Gulf of Mexico down there? What does that become?
It's Centro America, so it is.
That's just the
probably
Atlantic right there?
I don't know.
Is it Atlantic and Pacific?
It's below the Gulf.
It's below the Gulf. So is there a name, or is it just the Atlantic?
I believe it's Atlantic.
Is the Atlantic and Pacific side, or is there? Because it's still in a Gulfy area. Because it's like west of
Gulf Club,
north of South America.
Yeah, it is, because it's in down the middle, so it's like below Texas, or no, maybe it's more below Georgia. So that would be the Atlantic.
No, it's way west of that, because Brazil is like out by, I guess it is like Georgia. It's the Caribbean. The Caribbean side.
Caribbean.
That's the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Pirates.
I knew there was some kind of body of water there. So it's Caribbean. The Caribbean side is bad, and the Pacific side is good, I think. I believe.
Well, I don't know where we were, but we had a great time. We went to this resort called Los Sueños, and I got to tell you, I feel kind of like a cunt at this resort because it's nice, there's pools, but the view was so good. Right when we got there, we put our bags down. Two macaws. Red, they're endangered.
Whoa.
They're flying together, going, and I go, that's a good sign. And they're bright red. It looks like something out of a Pixar movie. And they land on a tree, and they just start fucking each other. We learn that they mate for life, hopefully one dies, yada, yada. And just a great time, sex, food, we cooked every night. You go to the grocery. We got all, because it's a couple of us, so we're all cooking with the wine and the music and the cigars and the weed and the booze. And I just sat there with a beer, and I go, "This is amazing." And that weather just kisses your tits.
The salt,
yes,
the sea.
Your hair's all goo-gooey and goopy and chalky and hay-like, and you got that sun all day, and you just got the ceiling fan going, a cigar in your hand, cocktail in the other, lady on your lap. It's perfect.
That's great. You'll be falling in love to the rhythm of the ceiling fan.
Ooh.
Beach Boys.
Never turned the TV on.
That's fun.
We had a big cliff overlooking a mountain with the macaws and the trees and the sunset, and we just stared at that. That was the big screen.
Boy, that's beautiful. That's nice. How many days? 4 or 5 days?
Let's see. We did 2 at San Jose. We went downtown. It was ugly. We went to what they call a soda, which is like their diner. And you go to a soda. The food was incredible. Chicken soup, all this shit, rice and beans. Very good, and everything's cheap. Everything costs like, $1 is like 6,000 colones.
Oh, they got their own cash down there.
Yeah. So, but they love that Americane. So I was
Sure.
dropping 3s and 4s out like Liberace.
Right.
And you're like 6,000 colones. Here you go. There's a 10. That'll cover everything. And they're like, Jesus Christ, who's this guy? Sinatra. So good times.
That's a great feeling, and just back today or yesterday.
Got back yesterday at midnight and
Wow.
just. It was like a 15-hour travel day. That customs is a cunt in the dick.
Well, I got a custom story coming at you.
Ooh, okay. Customer service. And,
So that's it. That's because last time I saw you, you were going like the next day.
yeah,
We
yeah.
just saw you last week.
I mean, we did a lot. We saw a lot, but it was all just great. And I'll put some photos up. And I barely even took any photos because I was just living.
You got to live.
Yes.
That's a great feeling. Great trip. And it makes me want to go. Not to Costa Rica necessarily, but just go off. But I've been doing too much going off. I had Montana and Maine.
But this is international, Jerry. I mean, it just feels different. I know you got your Canada here with Trudeau and the blackface, but I mean, sometimes you got to we sat in an infinity pool and just watched the lightning in the distance,
Oh, it's the best. I mean, Ecuador, Peru, 2 best trips of my whole life.
And
Wales.
Yeah, and it makes you realize the little things are not the little things, but the basics. We got tits, each got a lady. We got weather, we got booze, we got food, we got music. That's all we need, and a couch.
It's pretty nice. And I always say this about international travel. It makes you realize all the things you hate about America. And it also makes you realize all the things you love about America.
Very true.
Because at some point you're like, I cannot wait to take a shit in a toilet that goes
Right.
and I can't wait to have less mosquitoes up my ass. I can't wait to get my Starbucks and and fuck with Ron on listening. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. But then you also go, this is so nice. There's no regulations here. I'm drinking and driving. I'm swerving. Like, no one cares. You can just do whatever you want. I'm pissing in bushes. It's a little more lax.
Well, you're gonna love Manhattan because no rules here either. But I digress.
Oh yeah. So if I took a ton of notes, but I knocked it all out in 8 seconds. So
Yeah, I hear you. It's hard when you're in those. I mean, I went to Maine. It's the same thing. You're like, I went to Maine. It was great. We hiked. My family's cuckoo, and that's it.
yeah,
I swam in the ocean and did some hiking, and it was delightful.
delightful. Yeah, it was just zen. I was zenned out for 5 days, and it was magical. And I feel recharged and refreshed, and it takes some of your bitterness away too. You know, you're like, this guy and fuck them and fuck her and fuck me and my dad's weird. You just forget about all that. And then
course.
It's funny when the plane lands, like, and I'm like, I hate that guy.
I know. It's hard. It's hard not to go back to. Well, we have human beings have a negativity bias. It's hard. It's you have to actually practice.
Yes.
Gratitude and all that shit.
Len Bias. Len Bias?
Len Bias.
Yeah, Len. Who is that?
He was drafted by the Boston Celtics. He was hot shit. He was the guy. He played at Maryland and could really like reverse jam. He was going to be the future, and him and Bird were going to play together, and then Bird was going to pass it off to Bias and overdosed on a cocaine overdose.
Is that right?
Like the night of the draft or the next night?
Cocaine's a
Brutal.
hell of a drug.
Brutal. And then they had Reggie Lewis, who was going to be the next guy. And then he died. Fucking, he collapsed in the court. Heart problem.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was tough business.
This is a, what do you call it? A
Curse?
curse.
Yeah, it's a little
Thank
cursey.
you.
But then they got Pierce, and
All right.
they won one later.
Curse.
All right, well, what time we got here?
Lay it on me there, Sloppy Jalopy.
41? I thought it was going to be like 58. We got lots of time.
Yeah, go nuts.
Well, I got some stuff here. I think you're going to be proud of this. I think some people put there. Oh, this was interesting. This is an
Okay.
sociological thing here. And, I'm going to talk about race. Let me just warn everybody here.
All right.
Little-
I like race
little,
car.
Little racial stuff here.
Okay, race.
Nothing crazy. But I flew to Toronto. Go to Toronto, and I'm on the flight, and there was some kind of I don't know what was going on there. There was a lady who I met who's a sports journalist, and because a bunch of people were on the flight that had seen the movie, which was very exciting. It was very
Wow.
sweet.
That's fun.
And so this lady's like, afterwards, like, I gotta ask, who are you? What's this movie? So that was exciting. And then I Googled her because she gave me her full name. So I was like, she must be, and she had a WNBA sticker. So I was like, something's up here. I know.
Oh, boy.
So I researched her, and she was a journalist. But anyways,
Good guy, bad guy.
who?
Her.
Seems good. I mean, I didn't
Okay.
do too much deep digging. She's like a sports journalist here in New York. But anyways, that's nothing to do with anything. So it's a Canadian flight. In Canada, they're all wacky there. You still got to wear masks on the plane. If it's a Canadian
Cunts.
flight, you have to show up and wear a mask
Queefs.
by law over there.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to get this app that no one's ever checked. Like, you got to
I
fill out an
know.
app, but no one's looked.
Hate the app.
So this is where I get interesting. The flight attendant is an African-American lady. My teammate here, he's African-American.
Teammate?
They're my partner on the plane. The next guy next to me.
Oh, okay.
You know, you
got
feel
it.
like buddies on the plane.
Sure. It's a buddy cop.
My mate, he's a black fella, and then across here there's a black guy.
Okay.
Up here there's an old, I'm gonna say Eastern European fella,
All right.
and he's got a mask on. They hand out masks as we're getting ready to land, which is very silly because we're not wearing a mask the entire flight,
okay.
but we're about to land in Canada, and Canada requires it.
Got it.
So it doesn't really make sense. They're like, you need to have your mask on this plane that you haven't had a mask on for the first 85 minutes, but
Right.
now we're going into Canadian airspace, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't understand
You're
it.
going into an airport.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're not saying you need your mask on in the airport. They're saying you need it on now.
Oh, so you can take it off in the port?
No, port, you need it too.
I see.
But they're telling us we need it now. So I'm like, hey, I don't want to ruffle. I'm not a rebel rouser.
Play
so
ball.
I go, hey, you tell me that's what I need. That's what I need. I put the mask on. This gentleman, no mask. This gentleman, no mask. The guy up here has his mask down here. The flight attendant walks up to him and goes, sir,
Aha.
does this. And he's like, he does it to here. And she goes, all the way. Gotta go up.
Ooh.
He puts it all the way up.
This is Putin.
Yes.
He's Russian.
She walks by. Direct eye contact. I got mine on because I'm like, hey, I don't want to be spoken to.
Sure.
Direct eye contact. No mask. No mask. No words.
Now, is the lady...
What's going on there?
Is she Afro-Americane?
Yes.
Oh, a little Len bias going
A
on
little,
here.
you know what I mean? What's good for, I don't know. I don't know if she didn't want to get into it. Maybe she knew them. Maybe she's afraid of them. I don't know what was going on here.
Fascinating.
But she told him to put the mask on. He put it on halfway, and she said, it's got to be all the way. Maybe she hates Russians.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, it is,
Zelensky.
stand with Ukraine. But I
Right.
thought that was interesting.
That's very fascinating and a fun thing because when COVID was really cooking, when it was new and scary and weird, there was a mean old bag who would walk around our neighborhood with a dog, and she'd go, pull your mask, we're outside. She's like, put your mask on. She yelled at me like 4 times. And I watched her walk past like a hip black kid probably like 18 years old, and he was bebopping and scatting, and she went, walked right by him, and that was that.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
it was very interesting. I'll also say this guy next to me, who was not, we actually chatted a couple of times because I had the outlet wasn't working. He's like, is that not working? And I'm like, I think it's not working, but you try yours because maybe my thing sucks. And he tried it, and I was like, I got to tell you, I feel bad saying this, but I'm happy yours isn't working. And he said, ah, ha, ha.
Oh, that's fun.
So we had a couple nice chats.
As you said, you need an outlet.
So, yeah, exactly. So another thing was when we took off, Trey was down.
Whoa, this is a little special treat.
Nobody said anything. The Trey, and if we crash, that Trey is going to really stop us from getting off the plane. But
that might have been his name too, Trey.
So, interesting, just an interesting observation. But, anyways, that's neither here nor there.
I'm gripped by this, but it makes you wonder if there was a white lady. Would she have said anything, or would that have been too guilty, too scary? But if it's a black lady, now it's like some camaraderie, black power shit. I don't know.
My suspicion is their race doesn't matter so much as this guy. I think this guy, the Eastern European guy, might have been an asshead earlier in the flight. He might have been like, "Where's my coffee? Get me my coffee. I got my coffee." And then so when it came time, she was like, "Hey, put your mask on, you piece of shit."
Well, also funny that it just comes down to ego and whatever. It's not actually about a virus. When you go, I don't like that guy.
Yes.
It's just a punishment.
Right. So I think it has more to do with him, but it was definitely one of those things where you're like, it made me wish I hadn't put my mask on.
Yes, because now you're next to him.
Would have I have gotten it, and then if I'm like this. What about this fella?
Yeah.
So I should have kept it down just for the sociological experiment.
Now, do they go under the chin or zero?
They went 0.
Wow.
No mask at all. They were just like, I'm not doing that.
I think technically that's a fireable offense on her part.
Maybe.
Because she didn't police it, and there's, treatment differently towards Russian and black.
I'm not sure. Possibly. But anyways, that was interesting. So then I go out to Toronto. I'm doing Rob Mayu. I should have taken up so much time. I'll blast through this.
Good old Robbie.
Rob Mayu, great guy. They were all very excited about the shout-outs, by the way, when I was in Toronto.
All right.
So we get there, and now last time I had a thing with the hotel, and I'm a little self-conscious about it because I got to the hotel. You remember, it wasn't so great, so I went to the fancy hotel. And then he was like, what was wrong with the hotel? And I was like, it was fine. I'm just a cunt. It's on me.
I don't know if it was fine, but all right, we'll keep moving.
So this time I'm flying, and I decide I'm going to go a day early because I've never been to the Rogers Center, the baseball park.
Ah, yes.
And I've been to every ballpark except 7. So I've been to like 24 ballparks. Some of them are gone now. So
Rogers
I'm trying to.
is their Verizon, basically.
Their, the phone thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what Rogers is.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Formerly the Sky Dome, which was a big deal when it opened in '89. First retractable roof. WrestleMania 6, right? You were younger than I thought, but that was big.
Oh, yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. I was 8. It was like right after my 8th birthday. It was so thrilling.
That's big.
But any jizz. So I've never been to the ballpark, so I'm going to fly a day early. But I don't want to bother Rob, so I'm just going, I'm going to get my own hotel, fly out a day early. Nobody needs to know because I don't want them to worry about picking me up and all this shit. And
That's a good man.
So I get a hotel. Hilton.
Okay.
Nice hotel.
Sure.
Nothing crazy. Fly out, and it was a nice little pilgrimage. I'm going by myself. I don't want to meet up with anybody. I'm not bringing an opener. I'm just going to go watch the ball game.
Love it.
So I go there, I find my hotel. My hotel is nice. Beautiful hotel, high rise, nice view. And I go, you know what, maybe I'll email him and say, just give me a buyout. I don't need the hotel. I'll just stay here. But I go, I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do that. I walk down to the ballpark, get myself a ticket, go to the ball game. Very exciting.
The Jays?
The Blue Jays. Blue Jays, Tigers. I'm watching the game. I get the expensive seats because you know me, I'm a cunt. I want to get the good field box. But it's crowded down there, and I had a couple of Frenchmen next to me that don't know the game, but they were just screaming.
Oh.
These guys that scream when, like, a play is not even close, and he goes, he was out! And you're like, why are you yelling? He was clearly saying, whatever.
He saw a guy do that in a movie in '84, and
exactly.
Replicating.
So I go, you know what? I'm going to go up to the top seats because this is a huge stadium. I go up to the 500 section, just random, way out in the outfield, way the fuck up there.
Sure, nosebleed.
I sit, and I'm sitting next to, there's a hotel out there, famously, at the Rogers Center, Sky Dome, and people have been caught fucking in the hotel.
Oh, from the seats.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
And masturbate, the TV camera. You can go to YouTube and find it. There's some fun videos. People jerking off, fucking.
I love it. That's lunch.
So I'm out by the hotel. I'm in the 500 section. And I sit down. There's no one near me. I see two guys over there, and then I just see this. Doing that. And I'm like, this is weird. Am I all right? Then a couple innings pass. I'm singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and I don't care if I'm with somebody or nobody. I'm singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. God damn
Let
it.
those pipes go.
So I'm over there, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and I say, root for the Red Sox. I'm one of these guys.
Boy, a little rivalry.
And the guy comes over, and I think he's going to confront me, and he goes, Joe List.
Whoa.
And I go,
nosebleed.
I'm Joe List. What about it? Here's an autograph, you piece of shit. Leave me alone. But there's no one anywhere. These guys must have shit.
Wow.
They're sitting up in the section. There's nobody in the section. And out of nowhere, the Joe List sits
What
right
are
next to him.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? So I said, hey, get out of here, you scumbag. I refused to take a photo with him. Fuck him.
Really?
Yeah, well, he's poor. He should be down in the field box.
Gross.
No, I'm kidding, of course. I took this. By the way, there's 7 people going to the comments section being
I
like,
know.
this is a piece of shit. I blew the
me.
guy. I bought him a hot dog. I fucked his dad. It was very sweet. Nice time. And he said, I'm gonna buy a ticket to the show right now. No one ever knows you're in town. What is that?
I had the same thing. Puerto Rico. I'm the only comedy show. Puerto Rico. I'm the only comedy show in South America or Central America. And I saw a guy on the plane. He goes, Mark Norman? I go, yeah. He goes, what are you doing in Costa Rica? I go, I'm doing a comedy show. He goes, I'll be there. And that was it.
Yes, that's how you have to promote. You got to just bump into people.
I'm barking on the plane.
All right, I got to pick up the pace.
Pick
So,
it up.
I see the
Pace
guy.
car.
I go to the game. It's a great night. I feel like a child. The next day, I go back to my hotel. I wake up in the morning and I go, I don't want to switch hotels. It's a long walk. The thing's way down. It's a 20-minute walk to my other hotel. And I think, I'll hit up Rob, tell him, I don't need your hotel. But then I thought, you know what? I had the weird thing last time. I don't want it to be weird.
You're the hotel guy.
But in my mind, I'm saving him. I'm like, I'll just stay at this hotel. Who wants to change hotels?
But
I go,
is he going to pay? Because that's going to be a hefty sum if you got a couple days in a hilt.
well, I don't know. It's 2 days in the hill. I figured the buyout. He doesn't have to pay for the hotel he got me. He can just give me the money.
Okay, well, that's if he can get out of the reservation and get the refund.
Well, that's the thought I had. So I go, what am I doing? What am I doing? I pack up and I go, I'm going to walk to the other hotel.
Oh, God.
I'm walking. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, where the fuck is this place? Where did he put me? I'm in the hotel in the stadium.
What?
The classic hotel where people fuck in the thing. I'm in the ballpark.
Wow.
And I'm like, I should have been here last night because I was at the game anyways.
You got that right.
So it's like 9 in the morning because I was already in town. So I go there and I go, hey, I'm checking in. I assume there's no room. She goes, there's no room ready, but we'll pre-check you right now.
Love
Come
a
back in
pre-check.
4 hours. I say, great. There's a Starbucks in the lobby. I get a tea. I'm just sitting outside. Beautiful day. It's right next to the CN Tower. Cunt. Whatever.
Oh, I see. CNT.
So I go, hey, that's going to be great. I'm walking around. I have a nice day. Record shopping. I go to a bookstore. I walk around. I go to the tower. I go to the water. Beautiful day. Now it's about 1:30. Let me go check in. I go to check in. They go, okay, you're checked in. Let me get your room. And you got to sign this waiver.
Uh-oh.
And I go, waiver? And they go, well, you have a field-facing hotel room. He got me the best hotel room on the planet.
Oh, my Lord.
Because of the last thing. He's like, you're a cunt. You change hotels.
Rob.
How about this, you piece of shit?
What a mensch.
It's like $4,000 a night. I don't know how he afforded it. He must be in the black over there or the red. Which one's good?
The red is bad.
Red is bad. He's in the red.
Russian.
And you got to sign a piece of paper. They're like, technically, this is public. We could throw you out. Don't fuck in there. No anal.
Wow.
You got to sign away a thing.
How about that?
And now I'm shaking like a boy. I'm a baseball queef. I'm
Make
going,
a
you gotta be
wish.
kidding me. So I got the
Unbelievable.
paper and I got my suitcase. I'm like walking fast. You know when you're excited?
Of course.
I walk fast. I'm like hitting the button. I'm like, get out of my way. I threw an old lady down the stairs because I'm like, I got a room.
Move it, you old bag.
I go in, you check in. I can't even describe this place. You open your hotel room door and you see the stadium.
Wow.
You got to see this thing.
No
it's
photo?
wild. I got photos up
We
my
got
ass.
photos.
I'll put it on the Patreon. I got a YouTube video. I did play-by-play from the outfield. I walk in, they're like taking BP, and you open your window, you can yell down.
What?
I'm like, hey, Troy, up here. And they're doing this and shit. It's crazy. You
Holy
watch the game.
shit, the Blue Gays.
The best hotel of all time.
Wow.
I mean,
Baseball stuff.
I was beaten off watching. Liar.
Thank
I'm like
you.
beaten off watching batting practice. It's crazy. Now I don't want to do the shows. I want to suck Mayu off.
Of course. Well done, Mayhew.
Mayu.
Now-
So it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm surprised you made the shows just looking at that diamond all day.
I didn't want to leave. I watched BP. So then I post the photo, and I happen to know the guy that used to do play-by-play, Mike Wilner. He did my podcast. Now he's a beat writer.
Oh, wow. All right, beat it.
Such a fun gig. So I text him. I go, look at the hotel. I'm in the Classic Hotel. He goes, I'll tell you what, I can get you a pass to batting practice.
What?
And I go, are you kidding me? Come on. He goes, go down there right now. Your name's down there. I'll come meet you. He comes to meet me. I'm on the field for batting practice.
Do they know about the Montana game?
They know about the
Whitefish?
Montana. I'm telling him about the Montana. I'm like, let me shag fly balls. He's like, you can't do that here. This is the big leagues, piece of shit. You're never going to make it.
Makes sense.
And so I sit there. I meet Matt Chapman, who's my favorite player. You got to see this sexy man.
That a bit chappy.
Nice ass. And then Teoscar Hernandez. Such a fun name. Teoscar. And then I met Luis Rivera, who I watched as a kid. He played the Red Sox. He used to be a nerd with big glasses. Now he's ripped. Chatted with him for a little bit.
Okay.
Very exciting. I go back up. I get room service. I watched the first 2 innings of the game while eating my room service.
Wow.
Best gig ever. I didn't want to leave. I had to go to the stupid show.
Of course.
Paradise Theater. Both shows were great. Very fun. A lot of funny comics on there.
Hell yeah.
And that was great. Then he asked me to do this midnight show called Casting Couch. Very similar to Kill Tony.
Uh-oh.
Where you 3 guys stand there, you watch the comics do their sets.
Yeah.
But it was late, so the show's at midnight, starts 20 minutes late. We end at like 1:30. I get to my room at 2 a.m. My flight's at 7, international, so I'm going to leave at 4:30.
Yeah.
And you're not going to fall asleep. Plus, they're cleaning the stadium, so I'm just watching that. Your window is into the stadium.
I can't believe you got anything done.
So I slept for 90 minutes. Then I got to go. That 90 is brutal.
Wait. That was your night's sleep?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
Because you finally fall asleep at 3. You got to leave at 4:30.
Oh, you got home that late?
So it's that, yes. Well, I got home at 2.
It's a midnight show.
But you're up, you're jerking off, you're smelling your father's ass.
Sure.
So then, it's that alarm that when the alarm goes off, you're like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know it. You don't know where you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you are.
It's brutal. So I go to the airport. It's now, I got there, the flight's at 7 a.m. I get there at 4:55. And it's one of these things, it's just mayhem.
Yeah.
Rob Mayhem.
Sure.
And it's because it's Toronto, whatever the fuck, the strikes, so the economy, Biden, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's international, too. That means customs. That means passports. That means mask.
Wild shit. So I finally get in line at security. And then listen to this. Tell me what you feel about this.
Uh-oh.
We're aging, whatever. I hear an old lady behind me talking to 2 young whippersnappers. The old lady says, where are you guys from? They said, oh, we're heading to Boston. We're from Boston. She goes, there was an old TV show about a bar in Boston. Do you remember it? It was a bar in Boston. And they go like this, not ringing a bell. And I'm like this. I was like Frank Drebin at the beginning of Naked Gun, where I'm like, I'm just like fuming.
You're like Roger Rabbit with the shave and a haircut.
Yes.
You freak. Please.
I'm like, what? And she goes, it was called, it was something. And she goes, Danny DeVito was in it.
Close, the wife.
And then the young guy goes, oh, I know. Is it dark comedy? And she goes,
no black
She goes,
people.
yeah. And he goes, I think it's called Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, I'm hurting here. My body is pained.
And the old lady goes, no, it's Boston.
Yes.
And then the girlfriend's like, yeah, it's Boston. What are you talking about?
Now,
And
what are
he's
you
like,
doing? You're not going to chime?
I'm still sitting there because if I chime, now I'm involved.
You're full Muhammad Ali.
So I'm crunching my teeth going, you dumb bitch. It's like the best show ever, you fucking whore. And finally the lady says to the guy, she goes, that was stupid.
Oh.
She just says that to him. She says, that was stupid to a guy. And he goes, well, I guess that was stupid. Like, he's ashamed.
This lady's a coos.
So then she goes, it was Danny DeVito. And then they start Googling because the lady won't give it up.
Right.
So she goes, I just hear this, taxi?
And you're on a half an hour of sleep. You must be flipping.
Because they're Googling Danny DeVito sitcom comedy. And they're like,
Right.
it's called Taxi. And she's like, no, it's not Taxi. And finally, I just have to turn. I was fuming. I went, cheers.
Yes.
It's called Cheers, you fucking dipshits.
Yes.
And she goes, yes, that's it. Who was the woman? I said, Rhea Perlman. She goes, well, who was in it? I said, Ted Danson, George
Woody
Wendt,
Harrelson.
Kirstie Alley, Shelley Long, Woody Harrelson, the guy from Raging Bull.
The mailman,
What
too.
are you
Cliff
doing?
Clavin.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Ratzenmoyer. Is that his name? John
Oh, I thought you had a
Ratzenmoyer.
stroke. I didn't know what that was.
I think his name's-
Ratzenmoyer.
It's called Ratzenberger.
Ratzenberger.
Yeah.
I think that's something.
Rats in the Belfry. Something like that. So I said, it's Cheers. And she goes, well, what do you know? And I go, I'm from Boston myself. And she goes, well, is there a real bar? And I said, yes, it's called the Bull and Finch. It's on Boylston Street and Park Street, Charles Street, whatever the fuck it is, whatever
Yep.
street that is. It's not Boylston. I think it's Com Ave, Park Street, whatever the fuck.
I've been there. It's about the size of my dad's dick. It's tiny in there.
Yes, I said, go there, you fuck. It's called Cheers. It's a great show. You should watch it, you fucking idiots. So then I start talking to them, and then they all start talking about Boston. And so now we're all a group, the old lady and the two youngsters.
I hate a group.
We go through security, and then after security, you got to do the thing where you take a photo
Yep.
at the thing. It's like an automated thing, but then you got to wait in line. So you get a little receipt, you wait in line, and it's this long-ass line, like a bank line. It just goes for an hour.
Ugh.
And we think when you keep crisscrossing your neighbor because you're in the line thing.
yes.
So I get ahead of the old lady and the youngsters because I move quick.
Thank God.
And the old lady goes, "How'd you get so far ahead of me?" And I said, "Well, I'm swift. I move quickly." And she goes, "Oh." And I go, "All right." So now the line is epic. It ends up being, long story short, it goes 55 minutes is how long I'm in line.
Jesus.
And you know how at the beginning you have a mental thing, you go, all right, just be patient. There's no way I'm missing my flight. I got an hour to get through this.
Sure.
I'm reading Wikipedia, I'm listening to a podcast. Then around 47 minutes, you're like, you run out of bandwidth. You're like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody. What the fuck? And there's like three
Yeah.
babies crying in a way that I'm like, are you lighting their fucking baby pussies on fire?
Plus the sleep lack.
90 minutes sleep. It's just like,
It's like Ellis Island in here.
It's exactly like Ellis Island. Then you get this thing.
Doc Ellis.
And then you get three hot, white, blonde women.
Always.
Walk up to the front and go, we're going to miss our flights. And the lady, it was a black cop, Canadian cop, goes, well, you might miss your flight. She goes, you're not cutting the line.
Wow.
And I was like this, yes.
Yes.
And then she starts yelling. The cop starts yelling, do not get out of line. Everyone's going through this line. And I was like this,
Wow.
yes. Why do you think you get to go?
Privilege.
We're all missing our flight.
Of course.
Nobody's here. Nobody's like, my flight's at 4 p.m. I just
Yeah.
decided to come.
You get why these the black people love these videos of white people failing because they've seen this for years.
It's just get to the back of the line. So then I'm going, and I keep crisscrossing past the two Boston young couple, and we go, oh, yep.
Did you go cheers?
I said, I should have. So then I notice I'm not seeing the old lady anymore.
She died.
I look over here. She's next in line.
How the fuck did that old coos get higher than you?
She was playing us, this bitch. I knew I didn't trust her.
What?
I turn and I see the Boston couple. I go, hey, look who's up there. And they go, I know. And I go, what the fuck? And they're like, how did she do that? Somehow, old lady, she went, have you ever seen Cheers? And just snuck her way up this
Whoa,
fucking filthy,
diabolical.
this cunt.
Wow.
That's-
Wait a minute. I don't get it. She got a wheelchair or something?
I don't know what she did. I don't know how she did it. I think she snuck underneath, but she's old and sweet. She's endearing.
Yes, the word is original.
She was flying to Belize through Dallas.
Oh,
I got her whole
Belize.
story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm displeased.
Anyways, so I got through finally. It just took forever, and it was one of those ones you have to go straight to the gate and jump on and whatever.
Why so early? I mean, it's like a 10-second flight.
Why did I get there so early?
Why'd you leave Toronto at 7:30 in the morning?
Well,
I feel like I'd go at 2.
the next flight was like 10, but you just want to get back sometimes.
I get
you want to
it,
have your
but-
day. It was a Saturday, and I didn't know I was doing the late show for Raw, so I was like, I figured I'll be back at the hotel at
Yeah, I guess it's good,
midnight.
yeah.
But whatever, it was great fun. So the whole day I'm on 90 minutes sleep, but whatever, it was fine. And great shows. I really like Rob. He's got funny stuff too.
Yeah, Rob's a good egg. I like him too. My agent hates him, but great guy.
What can you do?
Yeah. I guess we got to wrap up. Your story made me think of it. Jogged me with all these Costa Rican tales. But we got other days. We got other time. How we doing here?
104.
Oh,
Jesus! I went too long. I'm long.
No, it was
very
a good
low.
story.
Good.
Cheers, beers and cheers and queers. Where are you gonna be?
Okay, this weekend, Nashville, and I'm taking the T-shirt. I got the T-shirts. My first weekend with T-shirts. They look pretty cool. I think you're gonna like them.
He designed, or you designed?
He designed. I came up with a thing. He designed. So Nashville, my first weekend with these shirts. We'll see. He's like, why don't we try 8 to begin with, you piece of shit.
No.
It was one of those things. He's like, it's not going to go well. Fuck you. I'll send you 6. But
Okay.
we'll see. So come to Nashville, buy a shirt. First time.
Ironically, you're going to lose your shirt on shipping.
I think I might. But Nashville Zanies this weekend. Then Tampa, that's sold out. You can't come to that.
Nice.
I'll be in Austin for one night. I don't know if I'm doing a show, but I'll be there.
Be living in Tampa.
And then Liberty Funny Bone
Aha.
the weekend after that. And
Big
then the
room.
movie is on sale right now.
Whoa!
Go buy it. We got a full audio commentary that was really fun. The deleted scenes, you go see Lewis's scene and some other shit. And the commentary was fun and funny. I got about 6 words in. And the movie's out.
What's the price on the web?
I think $15, I
Hey,
think, which is
that's
less than an
comparable.
iTunes.
Ah.
Less than a movie theater, too. So go buy it if you've seen it and spread the word. I don't like the
Yes.
algorithm. Tell everyone about Tuesdays with Stories. Tell them about the movie. We got the best goddamn pod going.
Hell yeah.
Call a friend, email a friend, say these guys are hilarious. They're wacky.
Please. Yeah, we're all jokes. Cumtown is out. We're in.
Yes.
So get
And we were
on
here
it.
before them.
You got that right, and we said come more.
We're the Jizz guys.
Yes, and all that jizz. DePaulo. So I'll be all over the place. San Antonio this weekend, West Palm Beach, Richmond Funny Bone, New Haven, Toronto, San Jose, Brea.
Ooh.
A lot of fun gigs coming up. Come on out, say hello, queef it up. I got shirts too. Same guy.
Patreon.
And get on that Patreon. A lot of good stuff. We got a live ep. A couple days away.
Oh, tonight.
Tonight.
Royersford, Pennsylvania.
Soul Joel's.
Yes, tonight.
So hopefully some fun guests, and maybe Siobhan will bomb again. That's what he does. And yeah, praise Allah. Thanks, and keep on queefing.
And leave Chuck alone, you fucks.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
38.
No one wants to be